During college, I worked at a small restaurant that was open late, usually until 1 a.m. Most nights, customers would either come in and order or call for pickup, but every once in a while, someone would ask for delivery. I always enjoyed doing the deliveries because I got to leave the place and drive around while getting paid. Plus, the tip money was always nice. Anyways, we had a small delivery order for a customer who ordered at midnight, so this was my last delivery of the night before getting off. I got in the car and started down the road. The GPS said it was 15 minutes away, but our restaurant was located right next to a highway. So for pretty much every delivery, I'd be on the highway for a few minutes before taking an exit and entering a neighborhood. I got on the ramp to enter the highway, and usually no one is out this late at night. But as I started to go down the ramp, I noticed a car coming toward me in my side mirror. From the headlights, I could tell they were far away, but they were also going really fast. Either way, though, I had to merge onto the highway, so I slowly turned in and stayed in the far right lane. The car behind me then merged from the middle lane into the far right lane as well, practically slamming on the brakes as he came towards the back of my car. What the hell is wrong with this guy? I thought, as he just put both of our lives in danger for absolutely no reason. I figured he had to be drunk or just some idiot who thought it would be funny to scare me. But after a few minutes, he still stayed right behind me. I wasn't really sure what he was doing at this point, but it wasn't funny at all. My exit was coming up, so I was just hoping he'd leave me alone once I turned off the highway. But of course, the guy followed me. The house I was delivering to was in a big neighborhood right next to the highway, so I turned in and started driving down the neighborhood streets. Once we got deeper in, the guy behind me turned all of his headlights off. This is when I really started to panic. I'd had stupid drivers follow me for a bit because I accidentally cut them off or something, but this was going too far, and I hadn't even done anything to them. Thankfully, the house was just down the street at this point, so I figured I'd pull into their driveway and try to get the customer to answer the door as quickly as possible so that I wouldn't be alone. I drove my car up the right side of their driveway, which I immediately realized was a bad idea as the car pulled up right next to mine on the left side of the driveway. Before I could even get out, a man came out of the car, swinging his driver's door open aggressively. He started yelling at me angrily and waving his hands around, making his way towards my window. This guy sounded completely crazy, and his words were slurred, barely making any sense. I was pretty confident that he was just drunk and wasn't too scared, but then he pulled out a small knife from his pocket and started banging on the window with it. I quickly put my car in reverse and backed out as quickly as I could. The man continued to chase my car down the driveway, waving his knife around and screaming. I drove a few blocks down, then pulled over next to a random house and called the customer I was supposed to deliver to. They picked up immediately and asked me if I was okay. I guess they were watching from their window. I told them I was fine and asked if the guy was still there. Thankfully, he had left and I was able to get them their food. I told my coworkers what had happened when I got back, but none of them believed me. Honestly, I don't blame them though, because it was just a crazy situation and it really didn't make much sense. I'm not sure what that guy wanted, but I know it definitely could have ended much worse than it had.